Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to another Monday Night Raw review for October 17th, 2016. Jericho opens up the show. Owen says that Foley is personally against him. Jericho says that Hell in a Cell is not a good thing to be in. Owen says that he's going to shorten Seth Rollins' career after that match. And Jericho says that he should have been in the match because he can beat Seth Rollins. And the reason he's not in the match is because the ref screwed him over. And then that ref makes the list. Owen says that he's going to retire Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins then comes out and tells Jericho that he should add that scarf to the list. Seth calls Jericho Sparkle Cross because of his trunks. Jericho says that he can beat Seth anytime, any place, and then Seth agrees for right now. And Jericho tells Owens to go to the back because he can beat Seth Rollins by himself and doesn't need Kevin Owens out there. But they're still best friends. So Seth versus Jericho. During the match, Kevin Owens came out to distract Rollins, but it didn't work. Pedigree for the win. And Owens leaves without Chris Jericho again, which led to a backstage segment of them arguing. And then Stephanie McMahon comes in and announces that she needs, that they're accepting the challenge from Daniel Bryan and Shane for Survivor Series. And Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens are going to be on that male team, so they need to be cooperating. So I'm assuming no title matches at Survivor Series, unless they're going to have double. Golden Truth and Mark Henry versus the Shining Stars and Titus O'Neil. Who really cares? World's Strongest Slam on Titus for the win. Big E versus Sheamus. I didn't get to see this whole match. I didn't get to see the ending. I just know, I'm pretty sure Big E won. I'm pretty sure. Why wouldn't he? Bo Dallas versus Neville. Bo moves from a red arrow, and while Neville's down, Bo pins him and picks up the win. And then Bo attacks Curtis Axel. So we're probably going to get a Curtis Axel-Bo Dallas feud. Now, for most of this next part, I had company, unknowingly. And they came down while I was watching, so I wasn't able to write much. But we have Bayley versus Dana. And Bayley went on the top rope, and Dana knocked her off. That's it. That's all she did, was knock her off the top rope and then pinned her. And Dana won. I don't know. Braun Strowman fought 3 jobbers today. He fought 2 last week after calling out more talent. I think it was great. Braun won. He then demanded more competition, and Sami Zayn came out. They stare down, and Braun pushes Sami Zayn out of the ring and leaves. Rusev came out to talk about his family. He showed everybody Mama Rusev, Papa Rusev, brother Rusev. I think there was a sister, and Babushka, his grandma. Roman then comes out, says that he doesn't care about his family. He's just going to put him through hell in the Hell in a Cell, and that you're not going to call your family, you're going to be calling 911. Rusev then attacks Roman, beats him with the steps, and hits Accolade on the steps. Carl Anderson versus Big Cass. It was a really quick match, and Big Cass won really quickly. TJ Perkins, Rich Swann, and Cedric Alexander versus Brian Kendrick, Tony Nese, and Drew Gulak in a 6-man cruiserweight tag match. Swann ended up tapping to the captain's hook, but the match was amazing. Like, the cruiserweights are great. Like, they're just great. You can't say it enough. They're great. And the main event, the main reason anybody watched Raw, Goldberg returned. His return was literally just as big as when Shane came back. Like, he didn't start saying a word until 11 o'clock, and he came out at like 9:50. Like, it was just 10 minutes of them cheering Goldberg. Holy shit, this is awesome. Goldberg got really emotional. Like, it was great. He brings up how in January 2K and Vince called him to be the pre-order for 2K17, and that he got to travel the world to promote 2K17, and said the only thing he missed besides kicking ass was getting to be a role model for the children. And he says that a reason he came out here is because Brock didn't have the balls to challenge himself, and that he used his fat stooge Paul Heyman to do it for him. He then goes on to say that maybe he shouldn't do it, maybe he's rusty, but maybe he's got one badass spear left in him. Maybe he's got one ferocious jackhammer in him. And maybe Brock Lesnar's not just next, he's last. So this is going to be Goldberg's possibly retirement match. Don't know. And then right after that, it was announced that Brock Lesnar will be on Raw next week to talk about Goldberg. So I don't know if they're going to have it at Hell in a Cell. I mean, they're, like, with Brock Lesnar coming out next week, it seems like they could do it at Hell in a Cell, but I'd assume they do it at Survivor Series because it's a Big 4 pay-per-view. I don't know. Pretty decent show. I didn't get to write much. Like, that was only 2 pages. Normally, my Raw reviews are almost 3. But, anyway, that's going to be it for today. SmackDown Live is tomorrow. And we get a championship match between James Ellsworth and AJ Styles. So that's going to be amazing. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Camp Contact Cody, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles.